American Airlines Flight 239, a harrowing journey through adversity. Introduction: on June 23, 1990, American Airlines Flight 239 embarked on its journey from Miami International Airport to Santiago, Chile. Aboard the Boeing 767-200 were 149 passengers, each with their hopes and dreams tied to their destinations. The flight was expected to take approximately 9 hours, with many passengers looking forward to reconnecting with family, friends, or embarking on new adventures in South America. As the plane soared into the skies over the Caribbean, an ordinary flight took a terrifying turn, testing the mettle of the crew and the resilience of those on board. The flight begins as Flight 239 climbed to cruising altitude. The crew maintained their routine checks, ensuring that everything was functioning smoothly. Captain John Smith, a veteran pilot with over 15,000 flight hours under his belt, was known for his calm demeanor and strict adherence to safety protocols. His first officer, Maria Garcia, an equally skilled pilot with an impressive record, shared his commitment to ensuring a secure flying experience. The passengers settled in, enjoying the in-flight service while the aircraft glided through the clear blue skies. But as the hours passed, an unforeseen mechanical issue began to develop in the plane's number 2 engine. The engine failure approximately an hour into the flight. At 35,000 feet over the Caribbean Sea, the crew received an alert indicating a loss of thrust from the engine. A deafening roar accompanied by a sudden jolt sent shockwaves through the cabin. The aircraft vibrated ominously as alarms blared in the cockpit, signaling the impending engine failure. Captain Smith and First Officer Garcia immediately began to assess the situation. They communicated with each other, referencing their emergency procedures. The pilots attempted to throttle back the remaining engine to compensate for the loss, but the vibrations persisted. With their extensive training kicking in, they swiftly initiated their emergency protocols. Communication and preparation: as the pilots worked to regain control of the aircraft, the cabin crew began preparing the passengers for a potential emergency landing. Lead flight attendant Sarah Thompson, with years of experience in aviation, quickly briefed her team. They ensured that all passengers were securely fastened in their seats, distributing oxygen masks as a precautionary measure. Meanwhile, Captain Smith and First Officer Garcia communicated transparently with the passengers over the intercom, conveying the seriousness of the situation while instilling a sense of calm. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have experienced an issue with one of our engines. We are diverting back to Miami and will keep you informed. Please remain seated and follow the instructions of our cabin crew." The crew's professionalism was vital during this critical moment. Passengers exchanged anxious glances, their fears palpable as they gripped their armrests. Some whispered prayers, while others tried to maintain a semblance of normalcy by talking among themselves. Navigating the crisis as the aircraft began its descent toward Miami, Captain Smith and First Officer Garcia worked closely with air traffic control, updating them on their status. The pilots executed a series of maneuvers to stabilize the aircraft, constantly monitoring the remaining engine's performance. The atmosphere in the cabin shifted from anxiety to a tense determination as the crew executed their responsibilities. Lead flight attendant Thompson walked through the aisles, reassuring passengers that the crew was trained for emergencies and that they would be safe. The pilots faced several challenges as they navigated back. The engine failure meant a limited range of altitude and speed, necessitating careful calculations to ensure a safe landing. The crew communicated seamlessly, displaying exemplary teamwork under pressure. The emergency landing: as Flight 239 approached Miami International Airport, emergency vehicles were dispatched to the runway, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Captain Smith, focusing intently on his instruments, guided the aircraft through the approach. The aircraft's landing gear deployed, and the passengers felt the plane shift as they descended toward the runway. The landing was turbulent. The imbalance from the single operating engine made the aircraft difficult to control. As the wheels touched down, the aircraft skidded slightly, sending a wave of fear through the cabin. Yet, the crew remained composed, executing the landing with skill and precision. The Boeing 767 came to a stop on the runway, just as fire trucks and ambulances roared to life, rushing towards the plane. the cabin crew immediately initiated evacuation procedures, helping passengers exit the aircraft quickly and safely. Aftermath and investigation. Once everyone had safely disembarked, the gravity of the situation began to sink in. Passengers expressed relief and gratitude towards the crew, praising their professionalism and composure. Emergency personnel conducted thorough checks, and it was confirmed that all 157 people aboard had escaped unharmed. In the wake of the incident, the National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) launched an investigation into the engine failure. Preliminary findings revealed that a combination of maintenance oversights and mechanical failure led to the incident. American Airlines took immediate action, reviewing and enhancing their maintenance protocols to prevent such occurrences in the future. In conclusion, American Airlines Flight 239 stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The incident showcased the critical importance of crew training, communication, and teamwork during emergencies. Captain Smith and First Officer Garcia's swift actions not only ensured the safety of their passengers, but also reinforced the trust placed in aviation professionals. But the harrowing experience left a lasting impact on all those aboard, serving as a reminder of the unpredictability of air travel and the dedication of those who strive to ensure the safety of passengers. The story of Flight 239 remains a powerful example of courage, professionalism, and the unyielding spirit of those who faced fear head-on, emerging stronger for it. The importance of crew resource management. The incident involving American Airlines Flight 239 underscores the critical role of crew resource management (CRM) in aviation safety. CRM refers to the effective use of all available resources, human, hardware, and information to achieve safe and efficient flight operations. It emphasizes communication, teamwork, problem-solving, and decision-making among flight crew members. Effective communication during the emergency. Effective communication was paramount. Captain John Smith and First Officer Maria Garcia exemplified open lines of communication, which allowed them to rapidly assess the aircraft's critical situation. As alarms sounded in the cockpit, they did not waste precious time in confusion. Instead, they immediately began sharing their observations and thoughts on the best course of action. Their ability to articulate the nature of the problem to one another enabled them to formulate a cohesive strategy to manage the engine failure. This clear, calm communication was vital in ensuring that every member of the crew understood their role and responsibilities. Teamwork under pressure. The incident illustrated the importance of teamwork in high-pressure situations. With one engine compromised, the workload for the pilots increased significantly. Both Captain Smith and First Officer Garcia utilized their individual strengths, drawing on their experience and training to manage the aircraft effectively. Their coordination extended beyond the cockpit. The cabin crew, under the leadership of lead flight attendant Sarah Thompson, was also integrated into the CRM process. The cabin crew received timely updates from the cockpit and, in turn, relayed critical information to passengers. This level of collaboration created a unified front that enhanced overall situational awareness and readiness for any outcome. Composure and decision-making. Maintaining composure in the face of adversity is a cornerstone of effective CRM. Captain Smith's calm demeanor, even as the aircraft experienced significant challenges, helped mitigate panic within the cockpit and the cabin. His experience allowed him to weigh the risks and benefits of various emergency protocols quickly, ensuring that decisions were made rationally rather than emotionally. The importance of this composure cannot be overstated. It instills confidence in the crew and passengers alike. Passengers observed the pilot's steady approach, which alleviated some of the fear and uncertainty that accompany such emergencies. Transparent communication with passengers. Another critical aspect of CRM during this incident was the transparent communication with passengers. While many might have preferred to remain unaware of the details, the decision to inform passengers about the engine failure and the planned diversion to Miami was crucial. Captain Smith's announcement served to both inform and reassure those on board, empowering them to prepare for the landing. This transparency fostered trust in the flight crew, showing passengers that their safety was the top priority. Training and continuous improvement. The successful management of the crisis aboard Flight 239 reflects the rigorous CRM training that pilots undergo. Airlines invest significant resources in training programs that simulate high-stress scenarios, emphasizing the importance of teamwork, communication, and leadership skills. After the incident, American Airlines and the aviation industry as a whole recognized the need for continuous improvement in CRM practices. Feedback from the event contributed to the evolution of CRM training modules, ensuring that future crews would be better prepared to handle similar situations. Conclusion: ultimately, the incident involving American Airlines Flight 239 serves as a powerful reminder of the vital role that crew resource management plays in aviation safety. The effective communication and teamwork demonstrated by Captain Smith, First Officer Garcia, and the entire cabin crew during a high-pressure emergency underscored how well-coordinated efforts can significantly enhance the safety and effectiveness of emergency responses. Their actions not only ensured the safety of all 157 individuals on board, but also reinforced the principles of CRM that save lives and maintain the trust of the flying public. The lessons learned from this incident continue to resonate within the aviation industry, emphasizing that human factors are just as critical to safety as technology and equipment.